Mandai Headlines, and Lori Chen, thank you for joining us. After the strong earthquake, which triggered a massive tsunami on the island of Sulawesi, Tzu Chi Indonesia Chapter immediately called for an emergency disaster relief meeting. The first group of 6 volunteers have already arrived in Makassar from Jakarta, where they met up with the local Tzu Chi volunteers to go care for the injured evacuees at the local hospital. At the moment, the disaster relief team is waiting for confirmation from the Indonesian military to head to Palu in order to distribute medical supply tents and other much-needed assistance. Preparing all the medical supplies that are heading to the earthquake-stricken island of Sulawesi, Tzu Chi Indonesia Chapter began mobilizing all disaster relief manpower, immediately receiving the news of the disaster. In order to discuss matters related to disaster relief missions, the CEO of the Tzu Chi Indonesia Chapter urgently called for a volunteer meeting. They plan to first visit and care for the injured that was sent to Makassar.
We heard that around 150 patients, at least to 400 patients, will be airlifted from Palu to Makassar to receive proper treatment, medical treatment. We have Tzu Chi in Makassar. Will be able to provide Kwan to them and also to provide assistance, whatever they need.
The strongest hit area by the earthquake is the island of Sulawesi. However, on this island, only the southern city of Makassar has volunteers. Therefore, the initial disaster relief plan is for the volunteers in Jakarta to fly to Makassar and meet up with the local volunteers there first. Then, when Tzu Chi gets the official authorizations, the team of volunteers can then head to the hardest hit area of Palu together.
We are working together with Indonesian military units that provide airlift at least 3 times a day from either Jakarta or Makassar to Palu. So we hope to dock and connect with them so that we can send medical personnel as well as frontline, as well as the medical supplies and also the much needed tents and other supplies.
On Monday morning, 6 volunteers have already arrived in Makassar from Jakarta. After meeting up with the local volunteers, they began to care for the injured evacuees in the local hospital. At the same time that the Tzu Chi Indonesia Chapter is in full swing arranging disaster relief details, the ITV Indonesia launched a fundraising campaign.
It's not possible for everyone to go help out in the disaster areas. So through events like this, we can sincerely pray for all those who are affected. Everyone can contribute a little bit on their behalf, and accumulated, it can turn into something substantial.
Through a fundraising event like this, it gives everyone an opportunity to help out in some way for the people affected by the disaster. How much money donated isn't important, it's the good thought and compassion behind it that's much more meaningful.
With both palms together, we sincerely pray for all those who are affected by the disaster. We hope all these blessings can be directly sent to the people of Palu.